God is saying to you. Beloved warriors, stop scrolling for a moment and listen with your heart. There is a protective current moving around you now. A gentle but unbreakable shield that refuses to let hate, fear, or chaos come close. You may not see it with your eyes. You may not hear it with your ears, but it moves like a living thing, circling you, humming with quiet power. And it was placed there before your next step even formed. If you've been tired from fighting, if you've been wondering whether your tears were noticed, or if you feel like the world's weight keeps finding the softest places in your soul, know this. You are being wrapped in a divine defense crafted by hands that never tire. Imagine for a breath, a loom in the skies. Not a loom that makes cloth, but one that weaves light and intention. Golden threads, but not ordinary gold. This is the metal of mercy, patience, and fierce love. Around that loom move unseen artisans, angels, guardians, and what I like to call the divine architects. They knot and stitch, pull and bind, shaping a circle that fits you exactly. Not too loose, not too tight. A protection tailored to your life, your wounds, and your promise. When you feel the pressure of the world, when people's words sting or plans collapse, it is not because the shield is failing. It's because something outside tried to pierce it and the shield did what it was made to do. It stopped the blow. And where it could, it turned that harmful energy back to its source so it could not hold power over you. I want you to picture an old castle wall. On the outside, storms rage. On the inside, families sleep. The people inside live ordinary lives. Cooking, laughing, worrying about small things, unaware of the siege happening beyond the stones. That wall is not loud or trumpeted. It does not need to be. It does its job quietly, faithfully. So is your divine shield. It doesn't always make everything easy. You will still have days where your feet ache and your heart is heavy. But the shield keeps the arrows from killing you. It takes what was meant to break you and bends it, breaks it, or sends it back where it came from until it loses its teeth. There is a miracle in how this protective energy works. It is not merely defensive in the way a door bolts against a thief. It is cunning. When someone aims malice or jealousy at you, that intention is like a thread pulled taut. The shield receives that thread, examines it with an intelligence higher than ours, and either knits it into something harmless or returns it to the sender in a transformed state. The harm they intended folds up and becomes a lesson for them or a wake-up call or simply dissipates. You, beloved warrior, are not the place where their darkness lands. I know you felt alone in this. Maybe last week, maybe last month, someone said something that intended to wound you. Maybe a plan you held close was sabotaged. Maybe you were blamed for something you didn't do. Those moments are real. They matter. Grief over what could have been is not small. But what I want you to carry from this is the truth that you are being protected from the totality of that pain. The shield does not erase the sting immediately. It prevents the sting from defining you. It keeps the wound from infecting the rest of your life. Let me tell you a short story to bring this to life. There was a woman named Mara who ran a tiny bakery in a quiet corner of town. People loved her bread, but jealousy simmered in a rival bakery owner and whispers started. Rumors about unsanitary practices, about stolen recipes, the kind of lies that have teeth. Mara saw customers dwindle. Her hands trembled as she kneaded dough. She could have given up. Instead, she did something small and brave. She prayed not just for her business, but for the people who wished her harm. She asked for clarity, for truth, and for protection. Within weeks, a regular customer who owned a food blog posted a heartfelt review of Mara's bakery. Not because Mara begged, but because the truth had a way of shining. The rumors sputtered and died. The rival's anger turned inward, and that person had to face their own broken places. Mara felt afterward a warmth like soft wool wrapped around her shoulders. She later described it as being held during those nights when the lights were dim and the oven was cold. That holding was the shield. It didn't stop her from feeling fear, but it kept the fear from swallowing her. This protection is tailored. It knows what you can handle and what you cannot. Sometimes the shield is thick and impenetrable, and you will walk through open doors and kind encounters as if the world leaned toward you. Other times, the shield is subtle. You'll have the same problems as before, but the edges of them won't cut as deep. That's because the divine architects are patient. They calibrate the defense to help you grow without robbing you of lessons. Growth often needs challenges. The shield doesn't steal growth. It prevents growth from becoming destruction. You might wonder, how do I recognize this shield? How do I know it's actually there and not just wishful thinking? There are signs, small and tender. Maybe a conversation shifts in your favor at the last moment. Maybe a text arrives from someone offering help when you need it most. Maybe you wake up in the middle of the night with a sudden sense of peace that keeps your worry from taking over. Maybe you find a solution to a problem you've been turning over in your mind for weeks. These are not coincidences. They are whispers from the guardians themselves. We are here. The universe is aligning on your behalf. And there is power when you name it. Speak to that shield. You don't need fancy language. Whisper, I accept this protection. Tell it aloud when the room is quiet. I am covered. I am seen. I am guarded. Naming it invites your heart to cooperate with what's already in motion. Faith is not the shield. The shield exists regardless, but faith opens your hands to receive it and walk freely in the courage given to you. There will be times when the shield needs reinforcement. Don't be surprised by that. Reinforcement happens when you slow down to rest. When you forgive someone who hurt you, when you choose to love instead of retaliate, when you turn small acts of obedience into bridges to greater protection. The angels do their work, but they often wait for your consent. Consent looks like gratitude, like asking for help, like choosing peace over wrath. It looks like the humble act of saying, I need you. And then trusting that the help answers. I also want to give you weapons that are not weapons. These are ways you can partner with the protection already surrounding you. First, breathe. Not shallow breaths, but long, deliberate inhalations that tell your nervous system it is safe to receive help. Second, set boundaries. A shield that knows your limits can better guard them. Say no when you must. Third, speak the truth. When someone lies about you, respond with calm confidence rather than with panic. Truth has a strange way of aligning with the shield. Fourth, tend to your inner life. Read something that feeds hope. Sing quietly in the shower. Write a sentence about something you overcame last year. These are small rituals that strengthen the resilience already being woven around you. There's another element I want you to notice. The shield's redirection. It doesn't only block, it pushes back. Imagine a storm of dark ink curled at a window. The glass does not only prevent it from entering. Sometimes the glass causes the ink to run back down the pane, pooling where it came from. The same thing happens with harmful intentions aimed at you. The force that sought to condemn you often collapses on the one who sent it, revealing their heart and forcing them to reckon with their own pain. That doesn't mean you get to sit back and enjoy their downfall. It means the universe has a balance and justice of its own. Let it do its work. Your role is to remain kind, to stay out of the cycle that birthed the attack, and to keep walking forward. Now, a word to those of you who feel unworthy of such protection. You might say, I'm not good enough. I'm a mess. Beloved warrior, the shield is not reserved for the flawless. It wraps around the fearful, the broken, the joyous, and the stubborn. It knows every imperfect inch of you and loves you still. The architects don't measure your worth by your successes. They measure it by the light that remains in you, by the way your heart seeks goodness, by your willingness to be healed. Your past does not disqualify you. Your mistakes do not strip you of divine favor. If anything, they make the protection more tender because healing is needed where the ache runs deepest. You may also face moments where you test the boundary of the shield. You might step into a room that feels heavy and say, "I'm fine. I don't need help." That is human. But remember, refusing help doesn't make you stronger. It simply makes the path harder. Allowing the shield to hold you is an act of wisdom, not weakness. The strongest warriors I know are the ones who accept aid when it is offered and who are humble enough to admit their limits. Listen to me. This protection is not passive. It is active and strategic. It aligns people, opens doors, and creates detours that lead to better outcomes. Sometimes you will think you missed your chance. Then a new path will appear that is safer and sweeter than the one you mourned. Trust the detour. Diamonds form under pressure, but mines collapse when pressure is misapplied. The shield keeps the structure of your life intact so that pressure can refine you instead of ruin you. As you walk out of this moment, I want you to carry 3 small practices in your pocket like luminous stones. First, say a short benediction each morning. Cover me, guide me, let me be used for good. Second, whenever you feel overwhelmed, place a hand over your heart and breathe slowly 3 times, reminding yourself you are not alone. Third, when someone who has hurt you seeks you, not in repentance, but in conflict, protect your peace by stepping back and praying for them instead. These tiny acts build a daily rhythm that cooperates with the divine defense around you. Before we close, imagine a final scene. You are standing at the edge of a dark forest you must cross. The trees are tall and their shadows long. You feel fear. Then you notice a soft glow at your feet. The shield is like a lantern that moves with you. It reveals the safe path, hides the snares, and nudges away the creatures that mean you harm. You may not dance through the woods, but you will pass through. Your feet will be steady. Your breath will be calm. You will reach the open field beyond. And when you look back, the path will be clear. And the dark forest will be just a memory you've outlived. If this message touched your heart, take one small step. Like this video. Share it with a friend who needs to hear that they are protected. And subscribe for more messages like this. Drop "I am covered" in the comments to declare your acceptance of this protection and hit the bell so you don't miss the next reminder that heaven is working on your behalf. Remember, beloved warriors, you are not alone. Keep walking in the. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to reach 10,000 divine subscribers very soon. Please share this video to your loved ones. Type Amen to affirm. Thanks for watching.